else these ridiculous plans? Have you set a date to be decided on at church?
You won't be getting married in church. David's Jewish.
Jewish? He's a Jew. You're aware, I take it, the Jews killed our Lord?
You're aware, I suppose, that our Lord is Jewish.
I suppose he told you that. We're very sorry what happened in the war, but there's no excuse for that malicious and untruthful propaganda. Anyway, I can now see that you are even more in need of my responsible advice than I realized. Is it true that you don't intend to sit your exams? And therefore won't be applying to university?
Yes, that's right.
What do you think you're doing?
Nobody has ever been able to tell me the point of university. I don't see the point in exams either.
Nobody does anything worth doing without a degree.
Nobody does anything worth doing with one either. No woman, anyway.
So what I do isn't worth doing, or what Miss Stubbs does, or Mrs. Wilson, or any of us here. Because none of us would be here without our degrees. You realize that, don't you? And yes, of course, studying is hard, and boring, and...
Boring.
I'm sorry?
Study is hard and boring. Teaching is hard and boring. So you're telling me to be bored, and then finally bored yet again for the rest of my life. This whole stupid country is bored. There's no life in it, no color in it, no fun. It's just as well that the Russians are gonna throw a nuclear bomb on us any day now. So you're telling me I have two choices. I could either do something hard and boring, or I could marry my Jew and go to Paris and Rome and listen to jazz and read and go to nice restaurants to eat good food and have fun. It's not enough to educate us anymore, Mrs. Walters. You have to tell us why you're doing it.
Because without formal qualifications, it doesn't have to be teaching, you know. There is the civil service.
I don't mean to be impertinent, Mrs. Walters, but this is an argument worth rehearsing. You never know. Someone else might come up here and wonder what the point of it all is. Someday.
Okay.